and welcome to the Rolling Studio. This is Stephanie Pettis, and today I am bringing you a challenge. And this challenge is brought to you by the Creative Tartanite Facebook group, hosted by Tania Barnes. And you can look at the hashtag there in the title, hashtag I am a creative Tartanite. Every month she has a challenge, and one of her folks in the group hosts the challenge for the month, and this will be my monthly shot at the challenge, so I hope that you enjoy it. Don't get worried about all the product that's on the table at the moment. I'm going to just give you some of this is up here just for example purposes. I'm going to try to make this challenge as simple and cost-effective as possible. And today we are working with faux stained glass. I haven't decided what I'm going to make just yet, whether it'll be a tag or a journal cover or something else regarding, it could just be a faux pane. A faux glass pane. So I don't know just yet. Just bear with me because we're doing this together. So I hope that you like my challenge, and make sure that you check out the I Am a Creative Tartanite group, and I will have all of the descriptions in the link below, and there may be something that pops up across here. I don't know if I'll put one up here of her videos, but you got to check Tania out. She is a fantastic artist, and she's a well-rounded artist. She does self-portraits and other things, and I think right now she is on a creative sticker kick. So you guys go and check her out. And she's a really sweet woman. But I'm going to start out right now just giving you, this is just some supplies. I recently picked me up a Sure Bonder, and I say recently, it's probably been about 4 months, and I have not even had a chance to get it out of the box. But the reason I want it out today is because I plan to use it, because this is a Sure Bonder, Better Bonder Specialty Detail Tip. And I wanted the detail tip because today I'm going to be using the glue sticks for my stained glass, my faux stained glass, which will give it a soldered look. Now, I had prepared some of this at home, and I ended up leaving my black glue sticks at home, and that's what I wanted. So I've got to make sure I complete this project with these sticks, because that's all I've got in this size. I don't know if my other glue sticks will fit this, but if it does, I might be okay. But for now, we're going to be shooting with this little package of glue stick for this faux finish. So you can use your own glue gun if you want, but and I haven't quite decided if I'm going to use a plastic barrier or not, or if I'm just going to create this with alcohol inks, which I have right here. And along with, I've got my Tim Holtz alcohol inks. I don't have the whole palette like a lot of people do, but I was thinking of doing my challenge with UV resin and a UV light to create my stained glass with the alcohol inks. But if I do that, I wanted to have an alternative for you, which is where this acetate comes into play. This is from a salad lid, so you can cut that out and just use this little square piece. Of course, it does have a little bit of stuff there, so you can trim on the inside there. You can also use something you might have gotten from your sticker packs or your stamp packs. This one's a little rough, so I probably won't be using that one. But then again, it might give it some character in my stained glass. It's a little beat up, but that might be okay because it's going to be covered up. And that's why I have this out, because this is some Dollar Tree stickers, and this acetate, you can even get, just take your stickers off, put them aside somewhere else, and you can use this acetate for your stained glass as a base if you'd like. Again, I haven't decided whether I'm going to use that as my base. And I also have, and I've never done it, as far as what I'm about to say, some shrink-a-dink plastic. The shrink-to-deep plastic, you start out, you know, I may start out as a full sheet designing my piece, which I might do. I might try it. And then you shrink the plastic. Once you design what you want, you shrink the plastic and it'll shrink down to a smaller size. I may try this. I don't know that I'll try it today, but I may try this at some point to see how that works. So I just had it out just to show you. That's why I said don't get overwhelmed with everything that I have on my table, because I don't plan to do all that in one video. I just wanted you to have some alternative ideas of how you could use this faux stained glass idea. Now, I also have these chipboard tags. I don't know if I'll be using these, but if I do, I plan to cut out a rectangle from this, because that's where my stained glass will fit. And I got 2 of them because if I do, I'm probably either going to sandwich them or I'll get creative and do some other border. Again, I don't know how I'm going to do this just yet. I am a fly-by-the-night kind of crafter. So, and also here I have the Art Alchemy metallic waxes from Prima. So, I'll be using probably the metallic, which is the brushed iron look, because I'm gonna want my faux solder to look like solder. And then the way I'm planning to do that is to use a base coat of this Waverly's chalk paint in black, or this acrylic metallic. I have these options. I have a color shift of this is Black Flash, and this one here is Sequence Black. And then I have just a matte finish of the acrylic. I'm not sure which one I'm going to use, so, you know, I will, you know, show you when I get there, I guess. So, the other thing that you can use, if you don't have a glue gun and you don't want to use a glue gun, or if you I really would like to solder myself, but I just don't have the product with me right now. I want some lead-free solder, so I didn't do it. I didn't get it. So I'm not doing it that way where it's actual solder. I want the faux solder. This is a faux stained glass, so this is faux stained, and this is inexpensive way to do it. You can also use this dimensional fabric paint. This is the Tulip brand. It's called Slick, and it's pure black, and it's actually a very dimensional paint. It takes a few hours to dry, which is why I don't want to use it, but time is never on my side. As most of you know, I'm a truck driver, and if you don't know, that's what I do. I craft in my truck. Sometimes, once in a while, I get lucky and craft at home, but most of the time it's definitely in the truck, and I'm usually on a 34 reset on a break, so I have to get through this. That's one of the reasons I'm talking fast, is so that we can get through this and make my intro less busy. So some fabric dimensional paint is good for your solder base instead of glue gun. And if you don't want to use resin, like I might be doing today, I don't know. I may try it, and if I don't like it, I may just go to the easy stuff. You can use this Diamond Glaze by Judy Kiss, I guess is what, I can't read what's on behind that label. Let's see what it says. Okay, Judykins, and it's Diamond Glaze. It's a water-based dimensional adhesive, and you can mix alcohol inks and turn the glue that's in here, the glaze, into whatever color you want, and it will dry clear. And it hardens, and it looks like glass. It's beautiful. And then there's also your glossy accents. A lot of people understand and know glossy accents, but it's got a detailed tip. It's just like this has a precision detailed tip. So these are really good to use for your faux glass if you don't want to use resin. Now, you can use the 2-part epoxy resin if you want. I don't have the time or the patience, which is why I'm using the UV resin, if that's what I in fact do. So I just wanted to show you that these are alternatives that you can use as well. I got these at Hobby Lobby, and I used them with my 40% off. So these are $6.99 a piece, but 40% off coupon, hey, you know, it works. Whoops. And so those are the products that I have, and this is one last thing I want to show. You can get this at your local Dollar Tree, or even if you go to your local grocery store, you might find this is just a chopping mat. That's it. And the reason I want to use this is if I use my resins or even my glossy accents, I want it to be able to peel away from my base. So I am going to, well, I thought it had a thing to open, but I guess I'll just cut mine open. You can use, this one has, I guess it's just one. I thought there was two. No, there's two of them in here. This has a very slick backing to it, front and back. You know, it's got a dull side and a very shiny side, and that's what I want for my faux glass. So I'm going to be using one of these mats for my faux glass. Another thing that I wanted to mention to you is you can use, if you don't have alcohol inks, you can use permanent markers. These are the ones that I have. It's some Spectrum Noir. My friend gave me these, so I tried to use things that are given to me when I can. And then I think I have, you can use Sharpies as well, if you have a set of Sharpies, which I do somewhere. I also have another set of like pastel markers. So there's, you know, if you don't have alcohol inks, use your alcohol markers. That'll work just fine. You'll just mark it down on here and then put the glossy accents over it and it'll pick it up. So it's just that simple. Okay, well, I'm going to get started. This is already 5.5 minutes in, and I want to really make this less busy with me talking. So I'm going to put this in time lapse, and I will slow it down a little bit. My time lapse is really fast, so I'll make sure I slow it down a little bit. But we're just going to go with it, okay? I will see you guys in a minute. Enjoy the music, and I'll talk to you later. As you can see, I'm pulling out my Sure Bonder glue gun, and my intentions were to put a die cut down on my chop mat and follow the contour lines of this butterfly. Unfortunately, the glue stuck to the chop mat, and I could not get it off, and therefore I had to destroy and remove this mat. It was no good anymore, and needless to say, it was a fail, and I ended up using my tile instead. Okay, so I have this Recollections tag. It's roughly about a 6. Let's see, it's about a 6, almost 7-inch tag. Let's just say it is 7 by 3.5, and I've already wrote my measurements down. I'm going to go 1 inch from the top, 5/8 inch from the bottom, and a 1/2 inch on either side is my goal. So that's where my design's going to be. I've already been playing and working with some other stuff, so sorry about my dirty fingers. So that's where we're at. 1 inch from the top, 5/8, 1/2, 1/2, and then I'm going to cut this out for my opening. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I've cut my frame, and so now I want to make a design in here. Now you can freeform this if you want to, but in my case, I don't have a lot of time, so I am going to choose a die cut that I have. I have received this from, I don't remember who it was, but I'd gotten this a while back, and this bird cage will be my focal point for my design, or you could free draw in your tag if that's what you want to do. So I am going to go ahead and use a little bit of this stick flat glue so that when I center this, it's not going to move. I'm just going to put a little bit on the back of this, tack it down, and then that way I can glue. Oh, and the reason I'm using this particular die cut is because I don't want to have a die cut set, so I might have chose something different. I'm just using what I have, but also because it's got nice contour lines, which will make it much simpler for me to do what I'm about to do next, and that is See, I just want to tack that down. That would be to put my glue gun over these contour lines, because I want to create my faux solder for the stained glass. So I'm going to center this the best that I can. I might need to file that down right there, but anyway, no big deal. I'm going to first put this in place also. Oops, I guess it would help if I plugged in my glue gun. So this is just one way you can do it. This is probably the hardest way to do it. I do think that doing some acetate would be good for this, and I may end up doing that myself. I don't know. I'm just playing it by ear and seeing how this is going to go, and I'm going to put you in time lapse. So I decided to do my bird cage and the glass frame, and then I said, you know what, I was going to put paper on this tag, and I decided, why do that when I can just paint the whole thing and do my own design, cover all this other imperfections up, and have my glass window just sitting there waiting for me. I'm loving the idea. I'm liking how this is going so far. I didn't fill in the blank down here because this is where I plan to put my sentiment. And I don't know what that'll be yet, but I hope you're following along and enjoying this so far. I'm having a blast, and I think the next step for me will be to paint the whole thing black, so then I could turn around, let it dry, and then put my wax over it. So we'll do that in time lapse as well.